Donald. I've been following Donald Trump for so long on Twitter, and that's crazy to think. Was it deleted? Gold chart. Oh yeah, let's go back to gold. Okay, cool. Yeah, gold is still meandering, not doing much, even though dollar is pushing up, and that's crazy. So I think the thing is the value of the dollar is going up, right? But the value of gold is also wanting to go up. So that's what's resisting this right now, because the index is pushing up because of whatever happened a few minutes ago, and index is pushing up because of whatever happened a few minutes ago, or a few hours ago at this point. The dollar pushing up for again whatever happened a few hours ago or minutes ago. Why is gold not doing anything? You know, why is gold not doing anything? And that makes me think. That makes me conclude that, well, whatever it is, it's likely because gold is also pushing up against other currencies. So let's say, for example, we typed XAU. I don't know, what currency can we use? XAU euro, right? Let's say gold against the euro. See, pushing up. That's a bullish candle. XAU GBP also pushing up. That's gold against any other currency. XAU, let's say NZD, right? We get a bullish gold. So this is the issue. Gold right now is technically strong in general, right? So when you pair it up with another strong currency, obviously you're not gonna get a good match. That doesn't even make sense. Strong and strong will just get a consolidating market. So that's what's happening right now with with gold. Gold is forcing to push up while dollar is also pushing up at the same time. So it's a tug of war, I guess. That's what we call it. Okay, anyway, the equity market's about to open. Let's see what they have in store for us. UJ is also pushing up, of course it is. I really want to see euro. I really want to see gold fall off. Sounds weird to say, but even though I'm bullish, I want it to fall off just so I can get a discounted area to buy. I've also fully liquidated my long position from I believe 3 days ago. I've closed off my buys. I cut the buys down here. This mitigation block, if you guys remember. This is where I cut my buys. So when I was consolidating around these highs in the morning, during the London opening, I decided to close it off here, I think. So yeah, I've made a little bit of profit. This purple area is the daily rejection block. I've already showed you guys. So yeah, I'm looking to see if this rejection block pushes us down, then we can buy from the other block. Simple daily chart analysis, nothing else beyond that. Okay, let's see, 2 minutes to equity open. I'll be right back. Okay, explain proper CSD. Yeah, I'll explain it as soon as I return. Just give me 2 minutes. Right, I'm back again. So, where was I? CSD changing the state of delivery. So for me, well, of course for everyone, if you're trading ICT or even SMT, oh look at that, gold is just taking that swing low now. So that's interesting. I didn't even do a mic test, but I think it's working. I didn't even do a mic test because I was disconnecting my mic and everything. There's a whole thing going on behind the scenes. But okay. So a few things are going on right now. Equity market just opened, and we did in fact get a manipulation. A quick open and drop. So of course, we're likely just gonna get a continuation. We're likely just gonna get a continuation higher and use the old areas of resistance to be support now on Nasdaq, but we'll see. Yeah, I was saying G's to this. DXY rejecting so hard. It just did that like now, which is crazy. But look at that, it dropped and rejected again. So that's crazy. This is some serious volatility. But I don't think this will hold because my voice is low. Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna max out the sensitivity because maybe I'm just a little bit far from the mic. Is it fine? Still low? Is it better now? Just a quick test before I continue. There's no rush, so I'll wait for confirmation before continuing. Still waiting for the confirmation. Is my voice fine now, or is it still too low? Jeez, this rejection on the dollar is the background music is low now, and that's weird because I never touched the volume there. I left it exactly the same. I can increase that by maybe it's now at 25%. Don't know what it's gonna sound like. I should be checking these things myself. Actually, I think you mean that I should lower the volume on the background music. Let's try this. Let's try this. Yeah, let's try this. I think this should be fine. One last test before continuing. How are the levels right now? With the mic and the music in the background. Okay, everything should be perfect now. Everything should be fine now. That was a weird tech thing there, but anyway, Sorry for the delay. The market has opened. Nasdaq is pushing down as expected. I think we'll just get a continuation higher, but I don't know from what PDRA. If you want a safer bet on the indices, I would say wait for 10 a.m. Wait for the silver bullet hour. So that's like 30 more minutes. We could probably get like a 4-hour gap or something, or even a 1-hour gap. Who knows? We could touch this other block here before continuing higher, or we could completely reject and go all the way to the daily gap, because we have a daily BC right here. We also have the same on Nasdaq. It's just much smaller, but it's there. So yeah, you never know. So if you want direction, I would say wait for 10 a.m. on the indices. So for now, I'm going to leave it like this on the hourly time frame. Yeah, DXY, I was when I was drawing this out, I was like, nah, this is not gonna hold. We can't make 3 equal highs. If we made 3 equal highs like this and someone is selling this resistance, right? This is what retail is probably thinking of doing right now. They're probably selling this resistant level, something like this. And then, you know, retail is always greedy, so they're gonna probably put their stop loss at that high, for example, or even here, who knows. Let's say they put their stop loss at the previous high, the previous highs over there, or highs over there. I say retail, even though I'm also retail myself. I'm not an institute. I'm just an individual, right? So retail right now, I mean the common retail, the one that everybody on YouTube and wherever is following. They probably have their position looking something like this, right? Because it's a triple top, right? It's a triple top. Like, I mean, it's a triple top. So they likely have their stop losses looking something like that because of greed. No one wants to have a wide stop loss and a very shallow TP. So they probably have something like this going on right now because of the resistant level that I just drew out here. So that makes their stop losses even more attractive to me, in my opinion. So this swing high and maybe that kind of high are likely gonna be targeted next and very swiftly. So I'm not even shaken by this. I drew out this purple line in the morning because I wanted to see if we could get an hourly closure above these equal bodies, so it could act as a new order block to continue higher. So again, I don't need to check on this until 20 minutes has passed, right? This will probably be a longer stream. I'll probably stay here till either my Wi-Fi bugs out again and decides to give up on me, or until lunchtime New York, of course, which is 12 p.m. Yeah, going back to gold, I'm watching it on the side here, so not much, still done. If anything exciting happens, I will obviously switch to it. I noted that we have finally reached that low, the sell side, the very minor sell side liquidity, or the 4-hour low that you were talking about. Right now, I'm watching to see the possibility of this hourly sort of order block pushing us lower. And while waiting for that, I will cover the CISD that you're asking for. I'm not a professional or anything like that in entries like that, but a change in the state of delivery is the same as the 2022 model. I feel like most ways that I trade is based off of the ICT's 2022 mentorship, right? Or the 2022 model itself. So the same logic or the same idea would be true. We wait for a liquidity sweep, and that liquidity sweep is actually what makes an order block, should I say powerful, or should I say important, or should I say sensitive, you know, whatever word you want to use there. So we have some sort of low, right? We take the low, push up, retrace, continue higher. This right here is literally what a CISD is. Liquidity sweep. This order block right here, the last bearish candle, this entire candle that took liquidity, is the important order block that I take. The thing is though, these days you find people not even waiting for a liquidity sweep or whatever. Or sometimes you could find that the liquidity sweep has already happened and you're trying to catch the move in the middle of the trend. Then that's easy. That's the typical idea of every down close candle is going to support higher prices in a bullish trend, right? So every time we get a retracement, obviously you would expect a continuation. So for example, this here could be another down close candle. So of course, when we retrace down to it, you would expect to be buying. So some people will label this order block right here as a CISD. I don't understand how that shows you the change in the state of delivery, but that's how it works. That's all it is. That's all it is. So it's just a simple 2022 model breaker. You know, others will call this one breaker, the highest candle to be a breaker. But if you want to consider the CISD, it's the entire candle that took liquidity. It's very important that it took liquidity for it to be considered high probability. I don't even know if I can get an example of one. I'll check the M15 in a second. There we go. But yeah, nothing interesting. I knew it wouldn't be that interesting because we've been spending so much time in this area. But anyway, yeah, actually we have a very good example with Euro. Yeah, so Euro met a few criteria, right? The first thing we did on Euro dollar, I'm going to use the futures one just because I don't want to mess up my chart. On the futures one, right, we have this last up close candle before we became bearish. Just for a second, consider this last up close candle, right? I looked at this as an order block. So this light gray line is my order block. That's not the point though, right? The whole bullish candle is the order block. When we go down to our hourly time frame where we look for confirmation to enter, right? The hourly time frame matters the most, where we are entering. So in the hourly time frame, we took liquidity there during CPI. After CPI, we fell off and created a shifting structure. So here you could consider this close below to be the change in the state of delivery, because that's the same idea as a market structure shift. It means the market structure has shifted from bullish to bearish, right? From buying to selling, because we've closed below important swing lows or whatever it is that you use to consider that. But then the CISD is the last one, this candle right here. It's the one that took liquidity. Remember when I talked about it being an important thing to consider, that it took liquidity. And when we look to the left, we can see relative equal highs over there. We can see all these highs, right? So that's our sweep of liquidity. That's the equal highs. Let's actually label this as equal highs. So we've got equal highs swept, tapping into a high time frame PDRA, the daily order block, right? Now on a lower time frame, we got a CISD when price broke below the swing low and closed below the swing low. Sometimes it doesn't have to happen in a swing low for you to get a CISD. You can just look for this body to be a potential CISD, and you can see what it's doing. It's been acting as resistant the whole time. So even now, I'm shocked that it's retracing this much. I was expecting an expansion and then a continuation lower. I didn't think it was going to retrace as much as it is right now. But yeah, and then we got this equal lows as a target, for example, and etc. etc. Gold is pushing back up a bit. This would have been nasty price action if I was still on this original buy entry that I took. I would be feeling bitter right now because I moved my stop loss to break even, but then I terminated it on its way down. So yeah, this would be paining me right now if I was in it. So right now I'm not in any trade. I'm just waiting to see if we come down here to buy it up. I'm not going to be shaken by any of this. Let's switch this back to Nasdaq in the meantime. I wonder what happened to the song. It's probably done, but we'll see. Low sweep close above the bearish candle. Isn't it a CISD on gold on the 15 minutes? Let's go check it out. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is an example of a CISD. So right now we've taken liquidity, right? Got a liquidity sweep right there. It's a very shallow sweep. It's even, I don't know if I could even call this a turtle soup because of how shallow it is. It's very shallow, but it is a sweep, right? So let's consider this to be a proper sweep. I wouldn't like I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't like this. I would have preferred maybe if it tapped this purple line or something. But yeah, let's say we swept liquidity there, right? Now that this candle has closed above, because we took liquidity, that's the important part. Because we took liquidity, we didn't tap into any high time frame PDRA in my opinion. Maybe you could consider the 1 hour to be a high time frame PDRA. That 1 hour rejection block, this entire purple line, remember this is a rejection block on a 1 hour chart. This entire area from this swing low to the purple line is a rejection block. So maybe you could consider that to be your high time frame PDRA. Then this becomes your CISD. Sometimes we could find price returning to this one instead of the lowest one that took liquidity. So you could find price rejecting away from, say, that area, putting a stop loss at the low of the other block, or this one, putting a stop loss at the low of that other block. So yeah, it is a CISD, and it is possible that we get that. It's also possible that we get this. Of course, right now price is not retraced to any of those levels, but these are possibilities. So yes, it is a change in the state of delivery. It has to be a liquidity sweep in a high time frame PDRA. Even liquidity itself is a PDRA. So I mean buy side or sell side liquidity. So yeah, just as we do that, then we get a CISD to enter. But I'm not really putting too much faith in this sweep, this turtle soup there. It's way too shallow. I'm not a fan of it. I don't even know. See, even GC, the futures chart did not even take that low. It didn't even come close. It's actually very bullish on the futures chart, which is odd, but not too odd. Let's just replay this thing. Everything is actually rejecting aggressively right now. I'm cycling through my chart. The only one that seems to be holding up very strong is UJ, and I think that's probably just because of yen's weakness right now. Or should I say yen? Yeah, yen's weakness. Yen is just falling off. You look at EJ pushing up, GJ pushing up, AJ pushing up. So of course UJ is also gonna push up, even though the dollar is rejecting down aggressively. Even though we're getting this, not gonna lie, the fact that we have these triple highs, I don't know when price is gonna come back there. I'm hoping it does so today, but the fact that we have them now makes them even more enticing to me. It makes me want to definitely target it later on, whenever it decides to come up there. Yeah, it was double highs before. It was just these two highs. Now we've taken that liquidity I was expecting it, and I am still expecting it to continue. I do not know. I'm actually surprised this hourly candle somehow managed to flip bearish at the last 7 minutes. Future and spot charts can be used for SMT. No, I don't use them for SMT. I don't use them for SMT, I'm not gonna lie. I know I probably should, and someone out there is probably doing so, because, you know, the futures are more reliable than FX. You know, generally speaking, the Forex market is, as ICT would call it, the Wild West. Everyone seems to do whatever they want to do that side. So, yeah, generally speaking, that means that you can trust the futures markets much more than you would trust the FX market. So yeah, but I don't know if I would use it for SMT though. I personally wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna use it for SMT. I'm still somehow hoping and waiting to see if gold could fall off. Like at this point, I'm not even looking for buys here. I'm not looking for buys anywhere where it is right now. Before, I was willing to buy at this 4-hour order block after taking liquidity. Before, I was in this buy from the rejection block. Like, I was in it. I didn't even move my stop loss or anything. I was in this trade, but I moved my stop loss to break even just before going live. And yeah, that was just because I didn't want my attention to be split. That's all. I didn't want my attention to be split, so I removed it. And now I'm just looking and waiting to see if it will drop. I would also prefer it drops without taking this high. That would make me, should I say, more confident of the drop. That would make me feel like, yeah, indeed it is gonna drop, because I'm not even hoping for a drop because I'm bearish on gold. I'm just hoping for a drop because these lows are too equal for me. Like, this is not a liquidity sweep in my eyes. Look at that, way too equal looking. So because of this engineered liquidity now, I'd rather you take those equal lows with this swing low. Then we can look for buys after these two levels have been cleared. This swing low and these. Then we can start looking for buys. Anywhere below it is fine. But this, not a fan of this. In 15 minutes, taking this order block. You can try it because there's nothing wrong with trying, right? Literally nothing wrong with trying. So you can try. Anybody can try it, but I'm not going to. I'm not gonna be the one. This is a crazy rejection. What does it look like on the M1? Look at that. Just look at that. In 1 minute market maker buy sell model to these equal lows. Original consolidation. Crazy stuff. This is the 5 minutes. I don't think gold will give me buy entries. What do you mean by that? Do you think it's going to run higher without tagging your pending order? Because I'm assuming you probably have an order right here at this order block. Do you mean it's gonna run higher without you? Or do you mean something else? Because I'm thinking you have something like this set up. Don't mind the TP being insane like that, but I'm thinking you have something like this set up. Either way, it's all a game. It's all a game of odds, right? It's all a game of chances. So it's a question of what are the chances it reaches here before here. What are the odds it does this certain thing that you want? And yeah, most of it is just waiting and hoping. Lord, this equity open really didn't do much. It's just lackluster. Still curious to see how we go. Nothing much is happening. And yeah, you're right, trader. This thing could take off without tagging you in. It could, at the same time, it could just tank. So many possibilities. We do not know. It's all left to chance. I don't like what dollar did here. I don't like the fact that, yeah, especially that I'm very bullish. I mean, I don't mind because I'm bullish longer term. I'm not really scalping or anything. I'm not really taking intra-session trades or something like that. But still, I'd have preferred a nice bullish closure, even if it rejected later. Not having a long week. Okay, that was probably too loud for you guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright, the hourly candle has closed. It's now 10 a.m. silver bullet hour. And let's see what the indices are up to. See, now this gap looks like an easy target after getting such a rejection like that. Targeting this hourly gap as a scalper, it's an easy target. Yeah. I don't even know. Like now, for example, where do you consider the CISD? Even though we took liquidity, would you sell from this very last order block? That makes sense if you are looking at a mechanical approach, right? Would you sell that very last order block? Or would you be like the other ones that say these last two candles are considered an order block? Because if you're looking at these last two, then we've already started the rejection right there. So it's one of those things. It's just one of those things. This 5 minutes order block looks more enticing though than the 15-minute one. Closing my pending order after it takes London high. Now for sure, I would also have called it a week if that happens. Because I was in a very nice position buying it, but I got tagged out at break even. Well, more or less. I did show you guys my entries. I've shown you this like many times now. But either way, I would have been tagged out, right? At break even, unless I left my original stop loss and didn't touch anything. Then yeah, I might have been in. But that's not the case. We're getting this going on. I'm really surprised at what's going on the dollar though. Very surprised that this is actually rejecting. Where is London high? Oh, this is London high, the same swing high that I was talking about. I did say if it takes out that high, I'm not gonna be too interested in this anymore. Same thing. I mean, I said I didn't want it to take out the high before tagging these lows. I would have preferred that high to stay, come for the lows first, then we can go for those highs. But we'll see. Does the 1 minute look like? The 1 minute is very bullish. Even if I wanted to scalp with this 1 minute order block, I would not have gotten tagged in. So regardless, you know, I wouldn't have been in. We got a continuation though with fair value gaps all the way up, but I prefer to enter order blocks, rejection blocks, mitigation blocks, breaker blocks with gold than fair value gaps. There we go, London high taken. So yeah, enough of watching gold for today. I'm still bullish with the same entries in mind. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm still bullish from here. But right now, not really an enticing price action, to be honest. Jeez, what is happening with DXY? DXY is dropping like nobody's business. What the heck? What do you even call that? What the heck? Like, what do you call this drop? Unprovoked. With all these wicks, exactly like you're saying, the 4 hour candles, crazy. We got a manipulation here, now we're getting triple manipulation from the highs. This is insane for the dollar to be dropping this quick, and indices are not even doing that much. Well, what a time to be alive. I mean, what else can we say at this point? This is crazy. Dollar is playing people for sure. Yeah, it do be like that sometimes. I'm thinking of something here. Thinking of something. Let's see. Oh, 20 of them. No, this is fine. The XY took previous daily low and rejected like crazy. Wait, what do you mean? I think you mean previous daily high, right? I think you mean this high. Like it barely took it. The 3 times it came up, actually, look at this. This was a sweep. It was barely a sweep, but it was a sweep, right? Creating another high. So I thought, okay, that should be it. But now look at that. It came and they did the same. So right now I don't even know what to expect. That's why I'm like, these three highs here look like enticing liquidity for later. Even now, I wouldn't be shocked if this ends up being some sort of double purge, right? Where we sweep the highs, sweep the lows, then run for the highs after. But with the way we're pushing like this, it's not looking like that at all. Because if we're really taking that, I don't even know what's happening. Like, I'm speechless. I don't have much else to add here. The protected high that I have on my EU position is already being swept now. The one that I consider to be a protected high. Wait, where are we? Yeah, you mean previous daily high. Yeah, look at this. Look at my entry from the 1 hour. I was expecting this high to be the intermediate high, that being the proper high, right? So I didn't want price to come and take this high again. When we displaced here, it was really a good sign, and when we were falling off, it was really a good sign until this became a rejection, until this became a tail instead of a solid bearish candle. So yeah, all not good signs. We actually have SMT. The fact that we failed to take the previous daily high, I guess that's an SMT, right? But would I have been able to take an entry to buy this without any higher time frame PDRA? Definitely not. I would not have bought this. Like, where's the entry? This gap? That's all? Always. I would not have done that. So yeah, right now I'm literally just shocked. I'm speechless. I don't know what else to say. Oh, I noticed that I've also been stopped out on my NZD USD position. Where is it? NZD USD was really expanding nicely off of this gap, pushing down. My stop loss was at this high off the gap. We even closed bearish, so I really didn't think we're going to come back for this high again. So I got stopped out for a small loss there, which is crazy, but yeah, part of the game. And Bitcoin is taking off. It's so funny because I was in a Bitcoin buy and I closed it way too early. I caught the low but closed it off way too early. EU buyers be like, call for the ambulance, but not for me. Exactly, honestly, it's crazy right now. I don't even know. I don't know how anyone would have caught that. So yesterday with Neil, I was looking at this. We were looking at this 4-hour order block when we came down there. I was so skeptical with the way we were so incredibly bearish, right? But on XNES, it was looking so enticing. So he took it, and I got in late, and then I got out early also. I got out here at this high. I didn't wait for the buy side to be tagged. But yeah, I believe Bitcoin is going to 116k next, based on few projections. So this is a clean 5-hour trade under 2 days. But I didn't participate in all of it. I basically took like 1 hour, 1.5 hours of the whole thing. So yeah. Yeah. But dollar is really shocking me right now, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I know gold went on and took London high, but that was not that crazy. It was like, okay, cool, that happened. It's not really doing much even right now. Like, look at it. Gold is not doing anything. But DXY, this is insane. Quick push to the upside, quick fall off. That is insane. All right, okay, I'm back now. The music, I don't know. Look at that rejection on gold, insane. It's not too crazy, but like everything is just doing weird stuff right now. I'm not gonna lie, like this is making me feel uncertain about everything, you know. yeah, I don't know what to say or do that would make me confident with any trade idea. I think I might end the stream here. There's not much interest, anything interesting here for me to be honest, guys. Yeah, nothing here is enticing me. I might end the stream here. I'll be sad if gold just falls from here. That'd be very depressing. People are crying about EU. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Been live for not too long, just longer than I'm used to, so I cut it off here. Normally I'd cut it off in about 40 minutes when the silver bullet hour ends, but yeah, it's a Friday. Preserve your capital, guys. I am up for the week and I'm fine with that. I'm not going to try and push on this last day of the week and then end up losing everything. So yeah, cheers guys, stay safe and thank you for tuning in. I wonder when we're going to reach that 420 subs, hopefully over the weekend. But yeah, for now, bye bye.